What's up, everyone? This is Spilling Tea with Chris G, and tonight I'm going over Rob and Black Chyna's show. I'm going to be hitting you guys with my top five highlights, and I'm going to spill the tea at the end, so let's get started. So, for my first highlight, family photo time. Rob, Chyna, and little Cairo were all at a train museum in California, and they were taking some family photos, just to try to, get everything going and just showcase their love for each other and King Cairo, of course. He's such a cutie. And so Rob was saying that now him and Chyna are considering moving back in with each other, which is good. On to my second highlight. So, with Rob trying to move back in with Chyna, he's trying to show her that he's trying to get his health on track. So, him and Chris were talking, and she had invited the doctor over to go ahead and take some of his blood work. And Jonathan was there, Kim's best friend. And Chris had asked Jonathan, basically, how long has it been since you've seen Rob? And he told her it's been at least 4 years since Miami. Now that was a long time ago when they was filming that. I think it was Kim and Courtney in Miami, or Chloe and Courtney in Miami. One of them was in Miami 4 years ago. And so I kind of recollect when Rob did come down to visit. So after the doctor had came in, he did some of the blood work, and Rob is basically good. He doesn't have any more diabetes, so he was really happy about that. Even though he went MIA on the doctor, he's trying to show everyone that he is trying to improve his health. On to my third highlight. So Rob is overly joyed about the fact that he does not have diabetes. So of course he went over to Black Chyna's house to let her know that this diabetes situation is no more, and he is truly working on himself just to try to prove to her that, he's trying to get everything on track. And then he also brought up the fact that he wants to get another house with Chyna because of the fact that he's not comfortable where she's currently living, and they just want to get something together. So Chyna was preparing some good looking steak, by the way. I can eat over at Chyna's house, but anyways. And she was telling Rob that, right now them rushing into a house while she's pregnant is not a good idea. That they could go ahead and get an interior designer and redesign the whole house, but she was happy for him about not having the diabetes, and their baby is on the way, so she was excited. So Rob had jumped also into his career, back into a career, or his other career, which is fashion design. And his friend Nick has been trying to get him to do a streetwear line with him for a long time. But Rob confessed every time that the lawyers would draft up the contracts, he would go back into hiding. So he had brought along Courtney to go ahead and review the designs. But the only thing I was thinking about was, how could we say he has a good fashion sense when this whole season I've only seen him in a black shirt and blue hat, like constantly. Like, I've seen him without his hat 3 times throughout this whole entire season. So I'm a little confused. I don't know. I mean, is it going to consist of all blue hats and black shirts in this design? I mean, what's going to happen with that? But we'll have to see if he comes out with this line. On to my fourth highlight. The infamous argument. So, what leads up to Chyna and Rob arguing, and it all happened basically over some fries. But before that, Paige is moving out, you guys know, of course. So Paige is moving out. She got our boxes packed up. And Chyna is getting a lot of anxiety because Paige is someone that she could depend on, and she can't always depend on Rob because she feels like he would just run away and go into hiding, and she would be alone with the baby. So that's kind of stressing her out. And then Rob had told Chyna that, he's trying to get back on with this career situation. He wants to buy a house. He wants to do all these things. And Chyna, she kind of shot him down a little bit when she said, if you feel like you're being rushed into these things, then maybe you shouldn't do it. But Rob is saying, I just kind of want to move forward with it, and he was real confident in it. So all these things is on Chyna's mind because she's just stressing out. Everything, it seems like it's moving really fast, and with Rob moving back in, she feels a little bit more stressed out because of everything that he's going through mentally. So it all hit the fan when Chyna and Rob were in a car leaving like a fast food restaurant. She had gotten some fries, and the fries had flipped over and she was on her phone. And so that's when he said, "You need to go ahead and choose the food or the phone." And it blew up from there. They were doing some really bad insults. He kept calling her a psychopath. She said, "Everyone knows you're chemically imbalanced and you're insecure." And so they kind of just kept going back and forth. And finally, she just told him, "Let me off when you exit. Let me off right here." And Rob was like, "Well, we're about to be at the house soon. No, let me out right here." And she threw the camera on the ground that was in the car. On to my fifth highlight. Rob went MIA on them again, y'all. So earlier in the episode, Chyna and Rob, they were invited to basically go to MJ's birthday party, which is the Kardashians' grandmother, Chris's mom. So they were invited to go in San Diego, and Rob didn't show up due to the argument that happened with him and Chyna. He blocked everyone, deleted everyone off of his social media, deleted all of his pictures, went MIA like he usually does. So Chyna had called Courtney to see what she was getting for MJ and to see if she heard from Rob. And Courtney was telling her, "You just got to be patient, and anytime you want to talk about it, just let me know." So, Courtney extended out her hand basically to Chyna to tell her she's always there for her. And so Chyna had showed up to the birthday party. Everyone found out that they were blocked while they were at the birthday party. Even Chris was, she was concerned about Rob. So after that, Chyna and Kim, they went and talked, just kind of about everything, because Chyna feels like she's walking on eggshells with Rob, like she can't say anything. And Kim was just telling her, "I know both of you separately from this situation, but there's two sides to every story. So, we just have to kind of be patient and see what happens with Rob." But she was just reassuring Chyna that she's sure that he's fine. So after that, Rob resurfaces back at Chris's house, and Chris got emotional because she feels like Rob doesn't respect her feelings, and just to drop off the face of the earth and not say anything to her about it. She's saying she doesn't want to be in, his business 24/7, but just a text message to say that he's okay is what matters to her. So she was getting emotional about it. And Chyna, of course, told Paige to not move out because she feels that Rob is unstable right now. And Rob, you kind of are unstable, dude. I mean, you ain't shown this girl that you are ready, okay? Because this baby is, everybody keeps reminding you, this baby is around the corner. Chyna's having her baby, she announced November 16th. So 4 more weeks away, and you still not, on the show, you're not showing her anything. I don't know. It's crazy. Let me go ahead and spill that tea for you guys. So this tea is kind of cray. Wendy Williams versus Tokyo Toni. So Wendy Williams had went on to her show, of course, to talk about the Black Chyna and Rob show, of how Tokyo Toni had Chyna when she was real young, and that basically what she was saying was Chyna and Tokyo Toni are using Rob, and they falling back upon his financial support. So Tokyo Toni took to her Instagram to let Wendy know that she was fake and phony, and Tokyo Toni is a realist, and that she needs to she was like, "Y'all don't get tired of keeping my name in y'all mouths." So she had went off on Wendy Williams, which is crazy. And then something positive though, Tokyo Toni was out feeding the homeless in Skid Row. So she was asking for people to donate, and yes, you could either donate to feeding the homeless in Skid Row, or you could donate and give Tokyo Toni a birthday gift because it was also her birthday at the same time. And she decided that she wanted to spend her birthday feeding the homeless. Also, again, Chyna had revealed that she's going to be having her baby in 4 weeks. So November 16 approximately is when she will be having her baby girl. So she was really excited about that. And that is it for you guys with my tea. So please make sure you subscribe. I'll see you all next week.